Here we go, guys. Once again, we're going to be switching colors over here. Probably going to be using blue for one of these players. I think we're probably just going to be using blue for Ganji. So it's a little bit easier to tell the players apart. And yeah. Margu versus running? Was it just starting? Let me check. It's not taking place currently. I don't know if they had a lobby. I don't see a lobby over here either, so it doesn't seem like it was going to start soon. Or at the very least, it was not being played currently. According to the dashboard, that is. So what do we get for game number 1? Ganji versus Barles. We see Kumans on the left-hand side for Ganji towards the south. He's going for the second TC already, and this can be so good. Meanwhile, on the right-hand side, of course, we're going to see Barles playing with Tatars towards the northeast. We can enable predictions for this set for sure. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to enable predictions for 5 minutes, but it's going to be for the entire set. It's not going to be just for one game, alright? So who wins the set? Option 1, we're going to have Ganji. Option 2, we're going to have Barles. And as a matter of fact, you know what? I'm just going to leave the predictions open for a little bit longer. It's going to be 10 minutes. Guys, you have 10 minutes to predict who's going to win the entire set. This is a round of 32 set, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just going to take a look at the brackets really quickly. Yes, so let's update this information as well. There we go. Yeah, fantastic. Best of 5? Round of 32 is best of 3. The only best of 5 is the round of 16. So the round coming after this one. I was going to vote for Ganji, but 666 is the perfect pit. On the left hand side, Ganji's going for some walls. The game is pretty stable at this point in time. Ganji is the only player going for some aggression over here though. He's got the scout moving in. He's got some archers over here and some skirmishers mixed in. Meanwhile, Barles for the most part just got archers to defend himself, which means that the skirmishers into the mix over here that Ganji's added for his army could be very strong, but he cannot really get past the tower. At the very least, he's not willing to risk getting past the tower, and he's just going to go back. Thus, Ganji will be on his way to the Castle Age in a moment. And Barles is already on his way to the Castle Age, so yeah. I really like for somebody to do hashtag match to see what the elo of both these players is. I think there's a 200 elo difference in favor of Barles. If I'm not wrong, it's like 2k4 versus 2k2 if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, Ganji, I don't think he actually has a 1v1 elo right now. So whatever. Oh wow! Holy crap though! 2k6 for Barles. Jeez, dude, that is so high. 400 the difference. Yeah. Man, it seems like my voice is not completely back yet, but it's getting there. Before I wouldn't have been able to do a sheesh at all. So even though it sounds broken right now, it's not too bad. Rank 2. Damn. Yeah, and Ganji's timed out from the ladder, so you're not going to find him by doing exclamation mark elo. I think the spectator dashboard probably has some historic information, otherwise it would probably have no elo information at all. Nice pressure from Barles. We're still waiting for Ganji to get to the Castle Age. He does go up a little bit later, but obviously with humans it's to be expected. He did manage to get ahead by 9 workers right now, so there's a little bit of an advantage that he's getting by going up a little bit later. Not necessarily by going up later, but you know, by virtue of having the second TC available since the field age. But did some players get timed out? Lack of activity? Yes, you need to play a game in the last 4 weeks to stay on the ladder. If you don't play a game for 4 weeks, you get knocked out of the ladder, or actually you get timed out. So yeah. There we go. Taking a look at the left-hand side. The archers are still very impactful from Barles, mind you. And Ganji's been struggling to defend against this. He's got 2 stables, so here he comes with the knights. He's got chain bar than armor already. But it's amazing how well Barles actually manages to utilize the little hallway over here. A little bit of a choke point in his favor. Fantastic. Second TC is coming out now for Barles. He's going to be playing catch up for economy, so he cannot really make a play for economy. He's got to go aggressive over here and try to make something work. Ideally, I would have liked for him to go forward with a villager and try to get a siege workshop up ASAP as soon as he got to the castle age. Ganji will simply keep on pulling ahead further and further in villager count, so playing for economy over here does not seem to be the play for Barles. Right now he's on 25 crossbows, which isn't really the highest amount, and Ganji's gonna try to get us around over here. I think he's going to do it! Can he get the crossbows down though? Doesn't seem like it's the case for me. Yeah. Cross are doing a really good job over here. Even if the knights ended up cleaning this up, that wouldn't have been the worst trade, you know? That was 10 knights that the Barles was getting. Yeah, well done. That was a fairly even trade, I would say. 30C on the way for Barles. 30C on the way for Ganji. There's already 21 workers ahead, so he should be able to sustain production from all 3 TC significantly better. Right hand side. Knights are roaming around from Ganji. There we go. Beautiful. Ganji's now the one putting pressure, and with a much stronger economy, he's able to keep villager production going while still going for knights. And he's got 2 stables nonetheless. He's not going to be able to keep on producing units 100% of the time, but you know, even if he's able to keep 2 knights from time to time, he'll still be in a much better position over here compared to Barles, who is right now kind of struggling to keep production from all 3 TCs, and he's going for crossmen for the most part, which will die to knights out in the open. And it seems like the game is starting to slip away for Barles. And this is why I wanted to see from the red player for Siege Workshop as soon as or fairly early into the castle age, so he would be able to start putting pressure against Ganji. Otherwise, it's really rough. You know how he took so long to lose the archers over here? Imagine he actually had siege over here to work with. He would have been able to get maybe one of the TCs down before losing those crossbows. Or honestly, maybe he wouldn't have lost anything if he just stuck to 1 TC full pressure. I'm looking forward to Ganji's future. He's been really impressive lately. And he's not the only player, you know? It's been the case for many players in the past year and a half or 2 years. They have gotten so much better. Barles didn't used to be quite as good as he is today. Zubi I don't think he's quite as active anymore. At the very least, I haven't seen him around too much. But he was looking really strong as well. The last few times that I saw him, significantly stronger than what he used to be before. And then we have a bunch more players like that. Dark's been getting better as well. He's been getting more consistent, which was kind of an issue for Dark, the inconsistency. He's been getting more consistent. And then we also have freaking Andy. We have Anatop, right? These incredible players. So many either new names or already established players who are getting significantly better. It's amazing. It is looking alive and well, yes! You know, we are getting now more new players or already established players going higher than we've ever seen before. Back in the Bully days, I don't think we would see many new players at all. Actually, and that's something I was talking about yesterday, so... It's a good time to be an Age of Empires fan, and it's a good time to be an Age of Empires 2 fan or player. Plenty of tournaments, plenty of players, plenty of activity updates, DLCs, everything. It's looking amazing. Nice pressure over here. Good split. Good unit control. Here come the Knights. The conversion, though, connects for Barles, and he still has a good amount of crosses, although he does not taking a few shots over there. Here we are. I just finished completing the campaigns on goal. It was very challenging. It makes me want to try a competitive match. I've never done it before. Well, Whitebeard, if you want to play competitive, first off, do not get discouraged if you end up losing the first few games. That's just going to happen naturally if you have never played competitively. You're going to start by facing a 1k player, and then you're going to go down from there. You're probably going to settle at 800 or 900 if you've never played competitive before. But there are plenty of tools available for players to improve. Personally, I would recommend you to check Cicero's build order guide. It's really, really nice for practicing build orders. There is a hotkey trainer as well that you can also use. Very, very nice raid over here. What is going on with Ganji? He's paying attention down south. Yeah, while he was able to get the quick walls up over here, he ended up losing so many villages up in the north. How are 512 players chosen for qualifiers? Basically, whoever signed on, basically they just have 512 spaces or slots for players to fail, and we never usually get to 512 players signing up, so it's usually going to be like 450 and whatever, and yeah, they just get seeded. Right hand side, a little bit of a counter push from Ganji. He's got like cavalry coming up over here, but it's unlikely he'll be able to do too much. First come, first serve? Yeah. Basically. Until we get to 512. I don't think we have gotten to 512 yet from any of the qualifiers. There's no ranking involved? There is no ranking involved, I think. However, the seed's going to still be there, right? So if you are very low elo, you're probably going to get matched against a pretty high elo player. I expect to get stomped on. That's my boy. That's the mentality that I want you to adopt when playing competitive games. Yes. Because it's probably going to happen for the first few games at the very least. You're probably going to win 1 or 2 games from the placement matches. But you're probably going to lose most games. And it's fine. It's cool. The important thing is to just treat ranked games as a journey and not take it too personally, right? If you lose games or whatever, it's just going to... Every loss is going to be an opportunity to improve. So you just get stomped on early on, and then whatever elo you're left on, just take it from there and just accept that whatever elo you are, that's your level. And if you lose against a lower elo player, that means that you need to go down a little bit and you need to analyze your Rex and try to fix some things up. Especially in the lower elos, it's going to be very inconsistent. You're oftentimes going to see like 800 players take on 900 players because of how inconsistent the gameplay style for the players is early on. Maybe I'll try next week and let you know how it goes. Yeah, sure. I'm certainly interested in knowing how it goes for you. Barles is going up to the Imperial Age. Ganji's gotten there already. He's got the Cavalier upgrade coming up, and very soon he'll be able to go for a castle. He's got the castle already coming up over here. He used the market to buy it. And then on the right hand side, yeah, the raids from Ganji is just, they're just amazing. I agree the Barles need to try and play for the strength of his civilizations to the strength of his civilization. The problem is that he's so far behind in economy that he's struggling to keep up. He needs to get very, very good trades just to keep up. And Ganji doesn't care. I mean, take a look at that. It's producing from 7 stables over here. And Barles recognizes the situation. Ganji takes game number 1 and the 400 lower elo player over here takes some Barles. To get the lead in the series over here, he's going to need just 1 more win from 2 remaining games to move on to the round of 16. We'll go back and take a look at what we get for game number 2. Military, nice KD for Ganji, approaching 3-2. Meanwhile, for economy, it's going to be stronger for Ganji significantly by 13,000 extra resources. And for society, we have a very nice villager max count over here for Ganji. Yeah, on 154 villagers, he was significantly ahead in villager count. Basically, the entire game compared to Barles. From the very beginning, actually, you take a look at the first 5 minutes, and he was... it was kind of tight, but he got past the first 5 minutes. He started getting ahead in villager count. So yeah, MR is just a number. Yeah, true. Doesn't mean anything really. Let's switch colors once again. We're gonna have blue for Ganji. There we are. Of course, it shows determination as well, and discipline, and self-criticism, and usually the personality traits that you need to get to top 1% in whatever game or activity you pursue means that you're probably going to be able to achieve that on whatever you pursue. However, yeah, you're also choosing to play a game, right? So it's like a double-edged sword. You certainly have the discipline and the determination to get good at anything, yet you choose to get good at the game. Let's make red for both players. Will be fun to watch. Yeah, I imagine. That'd be interesting for sure. That is something that we could potentially get away with in a game like Age of Empires 4, where the different civilizations get different looking units. Like you get men at arms that are looking different for every different civilization over here. That wouldn't really work unless you were on a full monk war between an American and a European civilization or an African civilization. You can actually tell the monks apart by the skin. Anyway, Poles and Burgundians. Ganji is not really going to go for any extra docks. He's going for some galleys over here, but just from the 1 dock that he's got. Meanwhile, Barles is not really going for any extra docks, and he's got galleys queued up himself as well. We're going to try to catch up. The game has stabilized over here. We don't really have too much action, so let's check. I stopped watching AOA4 because all the units look the same. Oh, you just have to get used to it. But yeah, they are different looking. Like the French and the Chinese units. Well, the Chinese are not the best example, but let's say the French and the... damn it. And the Rus, there we go. The French and the Rus, they have different looking men-at-arms, for instance. I think the archers are slightly different looking. I'm not really sure about the knights. I don't remember anymore. It's been a while since I saw Age of Empires 4, but I remember there was that, which I like quite a bit. Something I've always kind of wished Age of Empires 2 had, but being honest, with 42 civilizations in the game right now, if every single civilization had a different skin for their units, I think that'd definitely do more harm than good. But for Age of Empires 4, it works for the time being. You just need to get used to it. There's a system also, very similar to Age of Empires 2, where judging by the armor and the helmet that the units have, you can tell if they are like early men-at-arms, vanguard men-at-arms, standard men-at-arms, elite men-at-arms, right? They just go from wood to silver to golden, I think, or something like that. The helmets and the armor in general. It's pretty similar to how you have militias. And then you have, you know, men at arms, and then eventually the champion gets golden. Are we talking about the Kievan Rus or Slavs or Swedish Vikings? I think it's the Slav Vikings. That's what it seemed to me, anyway. But I'm not sure. So Castle Age is here already. Barles is going to be the first player to go for extra TCs. He's got the second one coming up in the north, and then the third one on the left. Meanwhile, for Ganji, on the other hand, yeah, he's got the second TC coming up right now. He's gotten breached by Barles scouts, though. Doesn't seem like these like cavalry will be able to do too much. As a matter of fact, seems like kind of a wasted upgrade from Barles, to be honest. And what is the strategy? The second TC is coming out for Ganji, and the third TC is on the way for him as well. He is going to be the first player to try and take advantage of the neutral golds over here up in the north. However, Barles got a TC very close to it, so he could potentially try and put some pressure over here if he ever realizes about Ganji's presence up in the north. Nobody's going down the south. And yeah, the scouts are going down over here from Barles, sorry, to Ganji's spearmen. So yeah. Barles has been going for stone quite heavily, so yes, we'll most likely not going to see a castle. And if he's ever aware of the TC over here from Ganji, he could potentially go for a castle at the center and try to secure the neutral resource over here. As a matter of fact, because he's got the villagers over here collecting stone, I think he's going to go for the castle over here regardless. He's just going to realize about the TC when trying to go for the castle, especially if he tries to go for it up in the north. He's probably going to get targeted by the TC. And then we could see Schlag the privileges come out for Barles. Absolutely. Yeah, there we go. He's gonna try to get the castle up over here. He's going to realize about the TC. Let's see if Ganji's paying attention here, though. He is. He can't really do anything. It's only 2 villages inside the TC, so... Barles, come on, Barles. You just gotta delete this. Wow. Okay, there we go. He realizes. And he goes for the castle on the back. That's good. I don't think this castle is going to target is going to range the TC, but if he gets fletching, I think with fletching alone, he's able to target the TC already with blocking arrow for sure. So it's interesting. Ganji has gotten game number 1, but he's kind of struggling a little bit for game number 2. First off, he's lost water presence over here, and Barles been the one putting the most pressure, plus, yeah, Ganji is only now starting to collect some stone to potentially go for a castle. This is also a very interesting position because if both players end up getting the castles up over here, it's going to be a race to the Imperial Age. And on even ground, Barles is going to go up a little bit faster. Not only does he have an amazing civilization for economy because of the fall works, but also he's got more villagers right now to work with. He's got a 9 worker lead over Ganji, so if he balances his economy properly, he should be able to go out to the Imperial Age the fastest. Ganji, on the other hand, probably would have preferred for him to try and make a play for the Imperial Age before he got enough resources to go for the castle, so that he doesn't necessarily prompt Barles to go out to the Imperial Age himself quite as fast. So Ganji, let's say he stopped collecting stone over here, and he just tried to make a play for the Imperial Age, and once he clicked up, he went for the castle. That would have left him in a better position, I guess. For the time being, though, he's going to get pushed away from here. Barles got some scouts left over, the light cavalry over here, collecting the villagers that he's pushing away from Ganji. And overall, that's going to leave us in a fight at 2 EKD. Meanwhile, on the left-hand side, there's a castle race! A castle face-off! Who's going to come out on top over here? Barles got a bunch of extra villagers. I think he was building the castle with extra villagers from the beginning, but Ganji's bringing extra villagers over here, so he should be able to catch up. And I think Ganji's getting the castle up over here a little bit sooner, and that castle's getting denied. Barles is getting out of here. And this is a step in the right direction for Ganji. Interesting. I have slept and now I'm awake. Welcome back, Balkanara. Dude, did you sleep like 4 hours only? You were here at the very beginning of the stream. Tell me that you had a siesta. That you had a nap. Barles going for Slack the privileges now, which is great. And this could be a little bit problematic for Ganji, of course. He's got Custiller coming out. Very soon, he'll be able to go for the second castles. He almost has enough. So yeah. I'll sleep more after. So you woke up to see the remaining sets? And talk about commitment. The second castle's coming up now for Ganji. Nice. I wonder why Barles is not targeting the TC. 3 in here, but worth it. That's the spirit. Privilege is coming out now for Ganji, significantly sooner compared to Barles. Barles does have a stronger economy, and now that he's got Shlachta privileges, he could potentially make a play for knights, right? So he's got a sneaky villager on the right-hand side going for extra stables. And up in the north, he's got a sneaky stable going for a siege workshop over here. He's got some knights taking on the villagers from Ganji, and Ganji's not realizing about this. Yeah, so he's going to end up losing everything. What is Ganji paying attention to, by the way? I'm not too sure. He was garrisoning the villagers back home, I guess. This was really good. If Barles was consciously sending these knights to distract Ganji while he took the villagers down over here, that was a pretty big brain play. A pretty big brain play for sure. There we are. Oh, there we go. Finally, he's targeting the TC now. Perfect. And here comes the Night Flood. He's got 4 stables right now. That is definitely not enough for what he needs against Ganji. Definitely would love to see more stables. A little bit of a stronger economy over here. A different distribution. Right now, he's got too many lumberjacks. He's got way too much gold. If he could distribute his economy so that he can go for more production and start producing from like 6 stables at the very least, that would be a lot stronger for Barles. But right now, Ganji's able to hold on. He's gonna be in the Imperial Age very soon. He's got husbandry. There we go. Nice. And then down south. Beautiful. The Val Speedlix, I wouldn't really know. You can do exclamation mark brackets and take a look at it. We didn't cast that set. Or somebody else could take a look at it. When I saw, I think the last time that I checked, it was 1-0 in favor of Barles, actually. I don't know how that turned out. Thank you, C-Deep. Sad? Yeah. Who here would have liked to see Licks in the LAN? I know I would. Still a good amount of knights. Now we're talking. We are getting close to the production that I wanted to see. He's got 60 knights and he's got more than 4 stables actually. He's got 6 stables. He's just not able to produce from... Actually, he is able to produce from them all. He's just not queuing them up properly. Just producing from 4. I guess it's probably because of where the stables are in. Boy! Barles is on 15 stables. Actually, he's on 11. He's going for 4 more, so that's going to be 15 stables for him. If he can keep production going, this is going to be so huge. And Ganji is trying his darnest to hold on against this. After all, he's got into the Imperial Age, so he could potentially go for play bar than armor. He's got Custiller to play with, which are so much stronger compared to the knights, especially Castle Age knights, right? So yeah, Ganji, he's not dying over here to the Knight spam. But Barles still has the potential to get some good damage done over here. He's got a bunch of Knights coming to the right hand side. Rams as well. And here comes the train of consequences. As Ganji chose to go up to the Imperial Age, here comes the train to punish him for the greed. This cast is most likely not going down, given the amount of Knights we have over here to defend the Rams against potential villagers or whatever. Should be pretty good. Oh, it's open though! Barles built the gate, but the villager left it open. So here comes Ganji. The interesting thing about this is that Ganji doesn't really have too much in terms of defenses on the back, so if... That Barles doesn't really have any defense on the back, so if Ganji is able to breach through over here, he can actually get access to so much exposed economy from Barles. But the castles are in front only. Meanwhile, on the right-hand side, the Knights are coming over. The military count is not the best for Barles. He stopped production for a little bit in order to get to the Imperial Age, so he's going out to the Imperial Age himself. However, Barles... Yeah... couldn't manage to get the castle down over here. Ganji ended up bringing a bunch of Castilla. This is good. I like this. This unit choice from Ganji is really strong. Because the lack of bloodlines, Burgundians, while they are going to get cheaper paladin, they are not going to be quite as strong. And the Castilla instead, they are a very, very strong unit with charge attack. It's fantastic. Base trade? Kind of looked like it for a moment, but it doesn't seem like Barles got the oomph that he needed to keep on pushing. Gas is going down. Not quite. Only one trebuchet and 10 villagers repairing, so the castle is being repaired for more damage than the trebuchet is doing over here. Yeah, there we go. Oh, the choke goes down though. What happened over there? Ganji's, because yeah, I don't think they were attacking. But yeah, he's got into the Imperial Age. So what do we get right now? First things off, Iron Casting. He's going for Conscription as well, and now Cavalier. This could be really good. Cavalier will be a much stronger unit compared to Knights. Obviously, Barles is still going to struggle a little bit in the sense that he doesn't really have access to, for instance, Plate Bar than Armor, which Ganji does have access to. But Ganji has not gone for it just yet. So Barles' Knights are, or Cavalier rather, are going to be pretty decent. And while the military count might look a little bit stronger right now for Ganji, given how cheap the units are for Barles to produce, you should take that with a grain of salt. The red player at this point in time has gotten out to 18 stables, so he can just queue as many Cavaliers as he wants and he's gonna be able to catch up and eventually surpass Ganji in military count as well. So it's kind of like a short-lived lead for Ganji, so to say. Nice. There we go. And here comes the spam. 7 stables queued up from Barles. And here comes the Cavalier, while Ganji on the other hand, defending himself with Castilier. Very good reaction time though over here, getting the walls up. Right on time. The ship? I don't think they are going across the center though. And yeah, I don't think that's going to lead to too much of anything. It'll be interesting though if we have a big demo shot, juicy demo shot. Nice defense for Ganji. Beautiful push. Extra castle coming up now for Barles. And he's starting to produce from 9 stables at a time. Occasionally. And that's the thing. These Cavalier, when you compare them to the Courtier, the Courtier are going to be higher HP. They are going to be higher attack once the Ganji... Actually, they're not going to be higher attack because the base attack is going to be 12 of the Cavalier, right? So that's going to be 16 versus 14 from the Courtier. However, the charge attack is so high. 15, sorry, for the Courtier. But the charge attack is so high, plus the extra HP over here, that the Courtier is just going to be the stronger unit for sure. 140 actually, 140 versus 145. As Barles already gone for bloodlines. So yeah, as long as Ganji plays his cards right, if he takes advantage of the charge attack of the Courtier, he should still be in a pretty decent spot over here. Can you show me if Barles walled off the top of the west base again? Against transport the knights, please. What? Barles, if he walled... he's not walled anything over here. So we could get transported units, I guess. You don't need to, you can just walk. He does have a castle though. Nice. Push from Barles is looking very strong down the south. Meanwhile, the push from Ganji is looking very strong up in the north. And it's very interesting to see. Because both players are going to be fighting over control of the neutral golds. And whoever's able to hold on against the other player's push will find themselves in a much better spot. So Ganji, if he takes the castles down over here, will basically prevent Barles from producing knights anymore, as there's Barles on 0 gold minus right now, right? Whilst, if Barles was able to push Ganji away from here, it'll be the same situation where Ganji wouldn't be able to keep on going for Marcus DA anymore. But it seems like it's going a lot better for Ganji though. The castles are going down over here. We still have 2 cherishes for him to work with. No villages repairing the castles at all. Barles ran out of resources. Basically cannot keep on repairing even if he wanted to. So he does have the villages over here. And what does he do? He buys some stone to keep the castles up for a little bit longer. But this is so expensive and so impactful on Barles' economy, given that he's got no gold miners. So buying the stone to keep the castles up over here is just simply an unsustainable, yeah, approach for him. It didn't manage to get one of the tertiaries down over here, so there's going to be only one tertiary left over here for Barles, but he should still be able to get the castle down. If he's not getting the castle down, this is at the very least going to be an incredibly expensive castle for Barles to keep up, given that he's going to have to nuke his economy in order to keep on buying the stone. Yeah. So the castle should go down, and pretty good defense over here for Ganji. He was trying to surround Trebuchet. Let's see. He's repairing it, doing a good job. He's got 51 gold miners, Ganji, that is. 200 population versus 147. There you are. It's looking good for the Bull player. Not gonna lie, and Barles is struggling to even keep a 150 population. Yeah. There's nothing over here for Barles to keep on pushing with anymore. How does he get to 26 gold miners? I think it's probably just ignoring the push, right? Yeah, well, I mean, I guess it's better for him to try and collect some of the gold, so at the very least he can keep on buying stone to keep the castles up. But now there's a second tertiary coming up from Ganji, which is going to require 14 villagers to keep the castle up, so this one's going down. And yeah, now with only one castle left over here, and given the amount of Castille that we have from Ganji, it seems like the villages are getting cleaned up over here. So Barles dropping under 130 population says mighty Ganji just chewed down strong, calls it GG. And Ganji moves on to the round of 16. to get a spot in the deciders tomorrow as Barles taps out over here. Let's take a look at the achievements before paying the predictions as well. This was for the set. The predictions were for the set, and it was 30,000 bones for each player. Military is looking better for Ganji with a 3-to-2 KD ratio. Incredible performance from the Bull player. And even though economy was much stronger for Barles, at the very least he was able to get a lot of extra resources compared to Ganji. He struggled to actually make it work, so. For society, higher work count for Barles didn't really make a difference, and Ganji ends up getting the game.